personal all the time, but one of the things I've seen, especially from some of my wife's friends and some of my friends, is if they disagree with us on politics, sometimes they'll get very personal about it. And if you're discarding a lifelong friendship because somebody votes for the other team, then you've made a terrible, terrible mistake, and you should do something different. Like, don't cast aside. Like, most of my family obviously is going to vote for, Donald Trump and JD Vance. And if they're not, actually, I need to talk to them. But I've got friends who, like me personally, acquaintances who aren't necessarily going to vote for me. That doesn't make them bad people. And we can't, this is my most important advice, whether you vote for me, whether you vote for Donald Trump, whether you vote for Kamala Harris, don't cast aside family members and lifelong friendships. Politics is not worth it. And I think if we follow that principle, we'll heal the divide in this country. Thank you, man.
What's up, everybody? You watch your own air Nate Driver, the Nate Driver podcast here on YouTube. I drop content daily. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. It is Friday, October 25th. And if anybody is in the Apex area of North Carolina, I will be DJing tonight at Backyard Bar in Apex, North Carolina. It's an amazing place. You guys come on out. All right, guys. So I saw this clip from JD Vance on Chris Cuomo's show, or it was on News Nation, but he was with Chris Cuomo. And I thought it really spoke to me, and it spoke to some things that I want to actually try to incorporate in my own personal life as well. I've gotten pretty decent over the last couple months when it comes to talking to people politically. And, if there is such a great giant divide between myself and another person, we'll just talk about other things. But with politics being so polarizing these days, it's often a topic that comes up, even at work. Sometimes people will bring things up. And as you're going through these things, it's important to remember that human beings are human beings first. I know there's a lot of political commentary and content on this particular channel. And I know that, probably half of Americans that are paying attention somewhat to politics would probably disagree, while the other half would agree with a lot of things that I say. Us as human beings, sometimes it feels like social media and, the internet in general really has it to where it just feeds off of conflict, and it is good. I do believe that it is good to have conflict at times and have pushback in order to gain bigger, better ideas. In order to see certain policies, we have to have debate at times. And, when someone says something that is just so off the wall or completely wrong, or just, that it's not real, right? It's best just to, especially if it's a voter or someone like that, it's best just to let it roll off your shoulders, because if that person legitimately believes that, there's really nothing you can do to change that person's mind if they have made their mind up on it. So it's best just to talk to someone about something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to drive home any sort of political narrative to people that aren't willing to have those conversations. Or sometimes I found people will actually spark arguments with me on purpose, because a lot of people know where I stand at. And when they do that, I try to treat them nicely for the most part. And, I'll say my piece to it. But when it gets to, I guess, just to where they just want to fight, I kind of just let it go. Because at that point, people are just trying to get a moment. There's some people that politics is like their religion. As you have a waning society when it comes to Christianity and different religions, world religions here in America, where actually a lot of numbers are dwindling when it comes to a lot of people that associate with being godly, so to speak. And a lot of people, they have holes in their lives, man, to where they don't believe in anything outside of, themselves, or outside of people in these in power or celebrities and things like that. So they kind of fill that gap of what would be normally a spirituality or a relationship with God with politics and identity politics, and that becomes their religion. And then therefore it's kind of hard to talk to anyone who has made these issues part of their identity, because if you prove them wrong, which is normally fairly easy to do, but when you prove them wrong, it really takes apart a foundational building block that they have themselves instilled in themselves. So that's just one thing I want you guys to think about. I thought JD Vance's conversation right there was really, really cool, man. And I think that's going to be one of my goals. I've already started it actually, but that's going to be one of my goals in the coming year as well. Is just, when people say something I know is just so far fetched, so far out there, just going to be like, okay, cool, man. And no, it's not worth losing friends over. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Hope you take care. I hope everybody has a wonderful, 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 wonderful weekend. And again, if any of you guys are in the Apex area tonight, October 25th, 2024, head over to Backyard Bar in Apex. I will be DJing there from 10 p.m. until 1 a.m. They've got food trucks. They've got a band there before I'm there. There's a band there actually right now as I'm filming this. So I might have to, I'm seeing some traffic reports here, man. I might have to go ahead and jump on the road. Hope you guys have a blessed day. Take care. You're watching On Air with Nick Driver, the Nick Driver Podcast. My dogs, Max and Mike, says hey. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys on the next video. See you guys tomorrow. And yeah, man, you guys have a blessed day. Take care.